Good morning. Pems listen to VOA, Japanese English listening material site. A new corona tracks abduction victim rescue. Kinichi Nishimura, born in 1952, graduated from Hosei University. Completed the first Airborne Corps and completed the CGS at the executive school. However, North Korea has been subject to UN sanctions. But illegal trade and support from China has become the lifeblood of North Korea and has managed to withstand it. Now everyone knows this. Under such circumstances, the infection of the new coronavirus, hereinafter virus, spread in China and finally entered the North. North recognized that preventing the spread of the virus is a major issue in the survival of the nation and cut off all transport across the border between China and North Korea. For those who cross the border, there is even an order to kill them. Means that they have to stop the logistics coming into the North by themselves. The domestic transmission of the virus is as threatening as the U.S. military blockade of sea and borders. North has announced that there is no virus-infected person in the country. But that is not the case. There are infected and dead people in the country. I see that Kim Jong-un and his aides are anxious and fearful of the spread of the virus and are on alert. This is because the photo of Kim Jong-un with soldiers is a composite photo. In a sense, Kim Jong-un, who is not approaching the military or the people for fear of virus infection, uses the trick of composite photography to show his charisma as the leader. North Korea frightened by the virus. Evidence photo of North will not be distracted and will have to take steps to prevent infection. Otherwise, the threat of the virus lands all over the country and on Kim Jong-un. A tragedy unimaginable will come soon. The northern epidemic control system is extremely vulnerable compared to developed countries. Even developed nations are at stake because of virus transmission. In the North, there is no medical technology and facilities are scarce. In addition, the people are suffering from malnutrition, and once the virus has entered the country, it is evident that the infection can spread quickly and cause many deaths. North has sharpened the nerves in the past with the worldwide spread of SARS and Ebola. This infection is more infectious than the past coronavirus, and many people have died in the world. In the North, there is no action other than closing the border and shutting down each region. And no action can be taken. This virus attacks the leaders, aides, military personnel, and the people without any restrictions. Kim Jong-un and the people fully understand this. If the government cannot respond to the virus and the infection spreads, it will wreak havoc on the people, and their dissatisfaction may be directed to Kim Jong-un's administration, which may even lead to a collapse. Around 1995, 2 to 3 million people starved to death, but the Kim Jong-il regime and the northern state did not collapse. Unlike the previous crisis, this virus infection will hit Kim Jong-un. And with so many dead, anger will definitely be directed at Kim Jong-un. He has to strangle himself. As the virus spread throughout China, the supply of oil from underground pipelines leading north from China and logistics other than smuggling, stealing the eyes of border guards, stopped altogether. UN sanctions couldn't stop logistics from China or Russia from moving north, but the virus completely stopped it. With the domestic transmission of the virus, the North has been further strengthened by economic sanctions imposed by the UN with the initiative of the North. What the world couldn't do to the North with all its efforts, the virus took over. It's ironic. China and South Korea cannot respond. North is currently closing down the affected area. If the number of infected people increases in each area, the flow of people and goods will stop in many areas and villages. The closure must be spread across the country. If he cannot bear it, unlike Kim Jong-il, he will cry to China and seek help. Whenever North was in trouble, Jong-un bowed to China. Helped if he asked. Right now, China is suffering. If the effectiveness of China's virus control measures becomes clear, China may offer medical assistance to the North. However, if China assists the North, there's a danger that the Chinese will enter the North and the virus will accompany them. Now it's difficult. However, masks manufactured by a joint venture between Chinese and Japanese companies remain in China due to regulations of the Chinese government. These masks may be diverted. North Korea encountered if China can't help, it's likely that Korea, where the virus is now rampant, will come into play. In fact, Kim Jong-un handed his parent letter to Moon Jae-in on March 4th. Korea did not disclose the contents confidentially, but it is clear that it requested medical assistance. There is information that North is also calling for medical equipment support to a Korean NGO. Korea wants to help the North as a humanitarian aid, but can South Korea give priority to the North when suffering from the virus? The administration of Moon will consider to provide secretive health support to North Korean citizens, but the situation is severe. Even if we can do it, Korea alone will not be able to turn. In the future, there's a possibility that North will seek medicines such as the new influenza drug Avigan for treating infected people and the old Vesco asthma drug to Japan. In addition, they will come to Japan for medical equipment necessary for treatment. Virus crisis that North Korea encounters. The virus attacks the leaders, the Kim family, and party political officials. If they are infected and the treatment is bad, they die. Kim Jong-un is in the same environment. North is now in need of sowing seeds in spring and needing fertilizers for it, and may have been sneaking underwater from China in the past year. Chemical fertilizer may not have been available this year as transportation between China and North has stopped. North may need food, such as rice, medical equipment, especially testing equipment and protective clothing, remedies, direct treatment for infected Kim family members and party members, and possibly a request from Kim Jong-un. There is information that the French doctor has been providing exclusive services to Kim family members. But France is busy with the virus. They may ask for a medical team from Japan, a chance to rescue the abductees. Japan should act now to rescue the abductees. The government should make the best use of this timing. All means should be used in negotiations to rescue the abductees. Now there may be requests for assistance from North through South Korea or directly. At that time, we should use this to rescue the abductees rather than helping the North in terms of humanitarian assistance. Support and abductees should be traded. If we escape this time when North is suffering, negotiations to rescue the abductees will never be again. Japan is struggling to deal with the virus, but the North is in a more severe situation. If time goes by, it will be in more crisis. At this time, I hope we will manage to bring it to negotiations and proceed with the discussion. The Japanese government should propose the content of the negotiations now. North may initially take an ignoring attitude. After the proposal from Japan, the Japanese government can wait until North calls for negotiations. That's all. Thank you. Listen to VOA.